Okay, that's great. Thank you. Okay, members, I declare the meeting open to the public. Welcome to the 51st meeting of the Public Accounts Committee in this mandate. Can I advise all members that the committee meeting will be recorded and broadcast throughout Parliament buildings and online. However, there could be a slight delay between moving between any public and private sessions, so please be patient with the system. Can I also advise anyone who will be joining us in the public gallery that they are welcome to use mobile devices as long as they're in airplane mode and that all devices are muted. You can connect to the Assembly Wi-Fi and you'll find the password in the gallery rules. And it is not at any time permitted to take photographs or record today's meeting. We'll proceed as follows. Clerk, have we any apologies?
No.
Okay.
Just on that, Chair, sorry, Diane Forsyth for lateness and Tom Buchanan, apology or lateness potentially.
Thank you, Stephen. That's great. Okay, members, agenda item 2, draft minutes. Can I refer you to a copy of the draft minutes of the meeting held on the 18th of September, page 6, not 18th of September, that date, sure. Last week's meeting, page 6 to 11 of the meeting pack. Members, can we seek agreement of those minutes, please?
Great.
That's great, thank you. Okay, we'll have them signed and we'll revisit those shortly. Okay, can I remind members to ensure that they've considered the full agenda for today's meeting and that any relevant declarations are made early in the meeting to ensure they're recorded in open session. Can I ask members if they have any relevant declarations to make at this point?
Neil.
Okay, again, we'll revisit that whenever other members join us.
Just Daniel, can I just say the Board of Governors just for the schools? Board
Yeah,
of Governors,
sorry.
Dromara Primary School.
Thank you, David.
Yeah, Chair.
Anyone else?
Sorry. Board of Governors, Clay School myself. Yeah.
Great. Okay, thank you. Okay, members, the Ulster Unionist has also indicated that their new appointed member will join us next week. We're told it will be John Burrows, MLA. So we look forward to seeing John join us next week. Members, matters arising, and can refer you to the table pack where there's a draft committee response to the review of Assembly Committee engagement on cross-cutting executive strategies. A draft response was considered by this committee on the 25th of June, and the clerk has reviewed the response and updated it to reflect members' views. Members, any particular views on that matter? Okay, are members content to agree the draft response for submission to the Assembly and Executive Review Committee?
Yep.
Okay, thank you. Okay, members, of correspondence, page 16 of the meeting pack. There's correspondence from a member of the public raising concerns regarding planning matters in Urry and Down District Council. Can I advise members that issues relating to individual councils and planning cases fall outside of the remit of this Public Accounts Committee? Such matters are for the local government auditor or for the ombudsman. Are you content that we write to the correspondent advising them that matters relating to local councils, including individual planning cases, fall outside the remit of this committee, and if they wish to pursue these concerns, they might wish to raise such concerns with the local government auditor, who has responsibility for the audit of councils, or with the ombudsman, with NIPSO, if the matter relates to maladministration in any way. Members content? Okay. Okay, members, moving on, we'll now discuss the memorandum of reply, reducing adult reoffending in Northern Ireland. Can I refer members to the relevant documents? The clerk's brief is pages 19 to 25 of the meeting pack, and memorandum of reply is page 26 to 36 of the meeting pack. Joining us today, we have Dorinnia, Carville, Controller and Auditor General. You're very welcome, Dorinnia, along with Tomas Wilkinson, Director of the Northern Ireland Audit Office. At this point, I'll invite the clerk to brief the committee.
Thank you. So you'll see from the brief that there were 12 recommendations. 11 of them have been accepted. However, there's a number that have amended the timescales for them, and there's only one that's not been accepted. So just, yeah, that would be the main thing, just the timelines. in relation to recommendation 2, which wasn't accepted, the comment from DOJ is that they would reject setting a reoffending reduction target, citing fluctuating cohorts and cross-departmental dependencies. So that might be something you might want to look at. In terms of recommendation 3, PAC had set a target date of 6 months. So there is quite a bit of slippage on that one. The target implementation date is now December 2027. So just for your own ease of reference, I don't intend to go through each recommendation, but you'll note that where it says target implementation date and it's in red, that signifies that the date has been changed by the department. So, as I say, that would be the main observation in relation to the others, which have all been accepted apart from the timelines.
Okay. They've all been accepted, I suppose, as a positive in itself, but the timelines, again, as always, with some of the departments is unacceptable. Has members any views on the MOR that has come in?
Yeah, Chair.
Okay, Cahill.
Thank you, Chair. Yeah, I just want to talk about recommendation 2 because over the last number of weeks, and I want to raise this point because I know it's a slightly different issue we talked about last week, but I mean, we are relying on cross-departmental work and figures and data and all of a sudden now we have an issue here not accepted in the same grounds. So I think we need a further explanation on that, Chair, to be honest with you. It's not acceptable just to say that, you know, what's it say here, it refers to cross-government work and cross departments. So I think we need further clarification on. I don't think it's an excuse to use that. So if there's other data out there and they should be working in tandem together to try and address this, just to not accept it. And also that other issue of the fluctuations in relation to the percentage targets. I think there's more can be done on those two issues. So I'd like to propose to the committee chair we write and seek further clarification. I don't think it's acceptable that the explanation given, but.
Yeah, I'm happy with that proposal, Cahill. Members content with the proposal Cahill's gave?
Yeah.
Okay, David, you're looking at?
Yeah, just on that, I suppose this is the bit that's come up. It came up in the skills actually as well, where we've got one department who and we're directing a recommendation to one department, but it's every other department or whatever number of departments, or it's actually them delivering. So this is reoffending that somebody's out away from the department just and then. It's whether they've got a house, a job, education, all of those bits. It's the same as the skills. This is what I raised before, the skills one, where you've got, we're directing this at the Department of Economy, yet it's the Department of Education is where part of the thing. So I think there's a wider bit of how we address this and all these going forward, because there's very few of these recommendations or reports we've ever done is one department is solely to blame. Health is probably the one that is unique in that, but the rest are all. But we're asking one department to do something that they're not in control. There's got to be some sort of mechanisms, maybe what I'm saying, that we can bring, attach the recommendations to each, or however that works. Yeah.
Okay, David. Colin.
Thank you, Chair. Yeah, agree with Cahill's proposal and David's remarks in relation to that. I suppose out of the 3 or 4 continual issues that we're coming up with here that are cross-cutting, all of our inquiries are the cross-departmental elements of it and the targets of it, or the lack of targets. So to have that rejected, I don't think is good enough, and we should be going back to them on that. The other thing I wanted to say was around the time frames. So we do give that a fair bit of thought, and I don't think we'd be overly prescriptive in terms of being unrealistic, but there is an urgency around many of these things, which is why they're PAC reports and NAAO reports. So to just I think just put them all or a lot of them on the long finger isn't good, and I think we should at the very least do seek those interim updates to ensure that there's progress being made towards that now extended target, that there is progress happening in the interim. That'll be my proposal.
I'd agree. Yeah. Clerk, are you clear on what the 3 members have asked?
Yes, I am. Yeah.
Okay, and committee, are you happy that we reply with the various points that have been raised?
Absolutely, yeah, good that.
Okay, thank you. Okay, members, so we'll write to the department to seek further information on those points discussed. If members are now content and in agreement, we'll move into closed session. But before we do, Patrick Delargy, MLA, has joined us as well online at this point. Thank you.